Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video will be working on a 2009 right there, 2009 Ford Focus. First off, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit the subscribe button, help the channel out, or at least give the video a like. So what's the deal with the Ford Focus? All right, so here's the situation with the Ford. Rusted out rockers, rusted the point where the paint, as you can see here, the paint is literally peeling off of the vehicle. It is so rusty. Now it appears the pinch weld seam under here is solid. We'll know more when we get to it. I have a sneaky suspicion some body work's been done to this, probably by the dealer in the past, but I've got brand new slip-ons to install, and I'm not going to make this an overly long, drawn out video. Simple, chop out, weld in. The only thing extra I might do is there's a body line here where the slip-on's going to fit into. May do a body line delete. Appears that it's only there to match up with the door edge. Now, I don't think the owner's gonna care if I delete that. All right, before I start trying to fit this up, I'm just gonna show you that this is basically a handmade piece, okay? It's definitely not an exacting fit. I can guarantee you that right off the hop. Here's the part number for the passenger side. The driver's side, same number here, except it's a 5053 instead of 5054. But it's basically, like I said, a handmade piece. They've done a roll down here, pressed it a little bit. Is what it is. Don't expect it to be a perfect fit. Expect to have to do something to it, all right? But first things first, you need to find some areas of good solid metal on the car. I'm thinking up here there should be a good spot. It's Allen's nice and solid, because this is designed to go over top of the existing, but I'll be cutting away most of this, and then I'll need a good area here to weld the front end into. There's the body line here in the piece that's going to sit right about here somewhere. So there's quite a bit of extra I can trim off. There's at least this much that is trimmable. That's just to get to here. So first things first, find good material, cut away the unwanted. Like I said, make sure the pinch weld seam under here is in decent condition, and I think it is. It just needs cleaned up, and then see how it actually fits. Like I said, it's not a precision made piece. I've had issues with these before. Gonna take a lot of clamps and sheet metal screws, maybe a pry bar or two, just to get it nested into position. Quick update. Roll lock with 36 grit. Bared this up. Looks good. The sill on here looks pretty good. Definitely talking a skim of body filler on this entire panel. You can definitely see it here. There is quite a ridge. That's definitely body filler. So my guess is, like I suspected, probably used car dealer paid somebody a few $100 to throw a skim of Bondo on some shitty metal, throw some paint on it, put it out for sale, just to make it look good. Okay, and now here we are doing a real job of putting some material into the vehicle. So yeah, moisture got in here for sure, and it's bad condition. All right, so the patch panel. I'm not sure my microphone's working. Yep. Patch panel, sorry. Couple clamps on it. It's up in position. the back section here, let me look, see, it's not a 90 on the original, but the patch panel does. Gonna have to stretch that. Here's where I ground off the rocker's good material. A big finger line in the dirt here. So yeah, gonna trim that off right there, and should be good. Lots of room to play. Your situation might be different. You might have a minor amount of material from the original vehicle rocker panel to work with. I got lots. This is solid, like all through here, which is good. So I'll be able to trim this off and then stretch that other end down there out and then refit it. And if it looks good, then I'll trim away all the rotted bit and leave the pinch weld on the bottom and clean it up. All right, quick catch up. I cut out the major debris, like this stuff, and then I did a close pass to the pinch weld. Went back over and I've got this all shined up pretty good. I'm literally a half hour into the job so far. It will literally take another half an hour to put the panel into place. Now, a lot of people ask me in emails and stuff, you know, what these jobs cost. Well, it depends on where you go. You come to me, this job, this is $200 a side, and I literally spend an hour on each side, cut out, weld in. It's that freaking simple. From there, the customer may want to complete the project themselves, but from that point on, if you want me to finish it, that's another whole different deal. But literally, it's about $200 a side, including the parts. Okay, so these replacement rockers, I've already cut this down. That's the rocker again there. That was $65, that rocker. So, you know, what am I charging the customer? I'm charging the customer about $135 to do a cutout and weld in each side an hour a side. Okay, so people ask, there you have it. I can't explain it any more than that. So basically, just wipe that off with some Tremclad on the inside, or sorry, wipe that off with some lacquer thinners on the inside side, hit it with some Tremclad, and that'll make that last a little bit longer. Okay, very simple, very effective, takes only 2 minutes. Looks like we're gonna get rained on any second now, but piece is fitting in very nicely, which is good. I'm gonna get the punch flange tool, punch a hole every, I don't know, about 2 inches along here, clamp it back up, tack it in on the bottom, stretch it around to the top, and weld it in on the top. Now, back fitted again. I wiped the backside off, sprayed it with some Tremclad. It's a few days later now, but it's clamped back into position once again. I got a mark here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's about the middle. So I figure I'm going to do kind of backwards to what I just said. I'm actually going to take a little different approach because of the way it's fitting. I'm going to hold it here up in position. I'm going to get a tack on there, then one down here about halfway to the end. Do the same the other way and get, so it'll be like 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5 tacks there. So I'm happy with the way that it sits. Okay, then get some tacks in on the bottom. Should be able to bang this out, no problem. All right, catch up time. Did what I said. Tack, 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 ended up tack, tack. Went to the other side because I already had a clamp back here, and I tacked it there, and I tacked it there. Yeah, this is a bit funky because I ended up having to trim this off, and so it's all full of holes, but that doesn't matter. It'll be all right. Took 2x4, put it up in there like that, so I was catching here and there, kind of put some pressure on it so that this seam would come up where it's supposed to be, and then put a vice grip on it, as you can see. Did the same thing there, there, and there. Panel is all clamped in. Now I can just come through. I can plug weld all these holes along here, and then tack the entire sill in. Be looking at a little tack weld probably every half inch would be probably suitable. Might have to grind and bang some of this down. There's quite a little bit of lip here, but I think it'll be all right. We'll come back when that's done. Oh, there you have it. All tack welded into place. Okay, they're not 1/4 inch. They're more like 3/4. It's all good. It's all solid like that. Same all the way up along. A little bit of a hole here, but the next process is going to take care of that. Up to there. Let's have a look at the pinch weld seam quick. It's a bit dicey, but as you can see, it's all plug welded in as well. Looks great. Just got to run it over with the grinder, get all the tops off. Wipe this whole area down with some lacquer thinners, get all the grease, everything off. So next job is knock the welds down, clean up this area, and pack this whole ledge right here with fiberglass filler. Seam is packed with fiberglass filler. The whole thing is to shove that filler down into that crack. You're not worried about what it looks like on top. You're filling the crack, making it watertight, sealing it up. Filler, fiberglass filler, hardened, 80 grit DA sander, 80 grit on a block. I'm just going to knock this down and then apply a coat of body filler just to, level it off here nicely, and switch up probably at that point to like a 180 and go over the whole thing, and then it'll be ready for some etch primer. This is a no frills and extras job. Now, I don't know what the deal is with this car, but every time I start on it, it either gets way too hot or it clouds up and rains. So I ended up quick buff of the sheet metal, wiped it off with lacquer thinners, and then I gave it a hit with etch primer. Now you can see all the little divots along here. That's pretty much all that needs to be filled in with body filler. So I'm just going to give this a little scuff down along the edges here, and top that up and smooth it out. Now, as you can see, the filler is applied. We're going to straighten out that lip there where it overlaps, and I got the little notch all filled in. Now, I didn't add a lot of hardener to the filler. I wanted to be able to work it into that ledge and smooth it up fairly decently. So now in the sand job, once this is hardened, we'll sand this with some 180, 220, and that'll be pretty much it. Okay, I shouldn't have to do hopefully a whole lot of extra fill, maybe just a little dab here and there. Now the sill is all sanded. There was a couple of heavier pitted areas here and here, and I used leftover filler because this ledge here needed a little bit of a top up. So basically just got to knock these spots down, give this another good wipe through, and then establish where my tape line is going to be, probably up along here, just on the radius of the sill. Like I said earlier, nothing fancy about this. Going to hit it with some Tremclad, Stone Guard, and probably another coat of Tremclad. Now I'm happy with what I've got. Got a tape line along here. What I'm going to do is put a piece of cardboard up against the edge like that when I go to paint, because I'm just using aerosol. It's not a big deal. I got Scotch-Brite, and I'm going to scuff all these edges along here all up. The old primer that I originally put on, it's getting scuffed up. And then I'm going to close the doors, and I'm going to paint the outside, then open the doors and paint the inside. All right, so there it is. Nice, simple, clean job. Looks pretty damn good. I like it. I think the owner's going to like it. Get the other side done. Get it back to her. So, hope this video was helpful. Until the next one, as always, peace.